master of 1, 2, 3, probably. Have you guys heard it? Yes. You've heard Jack of all trades, master of 1, 2, 3, probably, yes? Or no? No. And Jack of all trades, master of none. Yes, I'm sure everyone's heard that. In the modern world, the one who specializes thrives. But is that really true that the days of Da Vinci are over and there is no person who can be a world-class painter, engineer, architect? The list goes on. But are those days really over? I don't think so. We have Elon Musk, our very own Steve Jobs. He's the master of multiple trades. Think of modern entrepreneurship. Push our minds to new domains, new possibilities. Well, why am I talking about this? Well, as a young child wanting to learn diverse subjects, I've always come across this question, what do you really want to do? But the problem is not that I wasn't doing anything, but I was doing quite a few things, and that's a problem. So it all started with photography. When I was just 15 years, I came across the art of photography and I fell in love with it instantly. But it was not only the art of photography, but at a very young age, I was exposed to the media market and the opportunities that come with it. Not even less than 6 months of my training, I started getting opportunity, I started getting work, and it was going well. I mean, a 15-year-old kid would be content, you get paid, you do what you love, and everyone's happy, right? But no, I wanted to learn a little more. And I went on to study filmmaking first, as camera was my first love anyways. It was a gradual graduation from going to stills to moving pictures. And I did work on a couple of feature film projects and took some on-skill training. But again, this is not where I wanted to stop. I wanted to learn more. And I decided I want to understand the field of advertising. So I went ahead with my bachelor's in mass media. And knowing the fact that I have already been on the field, I knew that skills are learned on field rather than in classes. Yes, theory is learned in class, but you need to take the theory outside and put it into practice in order to make actual sense out of the theory. So I went on about trying to balance my photography, my filmmaking, plus my education in advertising. Also, I went about to interning with a couple of companies. Now, I had all sorts of questions popping my way. You're so good at photography, why do you want to come into advertising? So you're just going to leave photography and continue this. Photography is just a passion, right? And I was shocked because no, photography, of course, yes, it is a passion, but it's not something I'm going to leave. I want to learn more. I want to see how the advertising industry works. And the idea was basically very simple. You do not know until you try. Maybe I could hate advertising all I can, but I wouldn't know until I tried it. And yes, there were few people who believed in my enthusiasm. There were few who thought I'm being a kid and someday I'll realize in the real world this is not possible. I managed to crack internship at JWT. Now let me tell you, this was an entirely new world. I learned so much. Now combining the knowledge I had learned during my days at film school and my training there, and the training at JWT, which is the corporate training in advertising, I decided, let's start an advertising production house. I was about just turning 18 or something, so I went to my mentor, who was my boss, and I told her with sparkling eyes, I have this idea of starting a production house. I thought she would say, you're too young, there are major players in the market, practice in the industry, be in the industry for a few years, then think about coming in the market and starting something of your own. But she was surprisingly, go ahead and let me know what would you need from me. And there's nothing like it, because one of my clients is cracked there. What more than a potential client telling you, giving you a heads up? That's like half the game gone there. So again, I started off with my production house. My photography was still on, but along with that, I was still studying. I was still doing, and plus I also did have a life, because a lot of people say that you've been doing all these things. Did you have a life? Did you enjoy your college life? Yes, of course, I did enjoy my college life. I did do all those fancy festivals we do at college.
did go out with my friends. I did have a life. Maybe it was all about maximum utilization of time. So moving ahead, I understood something very early in life, that starting something is easy, but running it is difficult. I was getting projects under my production house, but it was not the kind of projects I wanted. So I thought, why not go ahead, intern with one more company just to network and build contacts. And that kind of did work. I went on to intern with Ogilvy and JWT, and I cracked my first biggest project, that was for Tata Sky at Ogilvy. So here we go. Two companies running, some experience. Now, during my time at these ad agencies, there was this little kid in me who always wanted to start my own ad agency. Fancy goals. I know this would happen sometime down the line. So I thought, in order to back my plans or back my goals, why not go ahead and study the required qualities that are needed? So I went ahead with planning to study my master's in MBA, like master's in business administration. Now again, all sorts of questions pop up. First, why do you want to do an MBA? You have a full-fledged running business, you have photography. How the hell are you going to manage both these things? How are you going to manage full-time MBA and full-time business? And yes, one of the best was, which is the topic for today. So you're jack of all, master of none. And suddenly the zeal to learn got such a derogatory status. I mean, so what if I wanted to learn finance, business, administration, marketing? I mean, tell me one field in today's world that runs without the knowledge of business. Nonetheless, I went on to study what I wanted to do. It's been quite an amazing journey, from starting my 3 ventures to doing the photography that I've been doing. And it's been, having worked with almost over 50 brands over these years, few mega brands, it's been almost 8 years. Let me tell you, this is just the start. But many of my skills kind of interdepend on each other. There are times when I have used creativity in business and strategy in art. But why is this so difficult for the society to accept, that one can be good at many things? Let me ask you all this question. When was the first time you were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? If you can just put your hand up and point the number, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 10. Sorry, I can't use my both hands. Please, I want everyone to wake up. Wake up. My story wasn't that boring. Wake up. I want to see the number. I can see 3 there. I can see, wow, 7, 8, 4. Lovely. 10. Nice. 3 is quite early though. So, exactly. For many of us, I'm sure it changed every passing birthday. That's why it's so difficult to remember. Which one of the glorious fields we choose during our time on this earth? It's a tough decision, I must say. And as time passed, we couldn't answer 20 different things. We had to choose one. My question to you is, why one? Also, in our society, a lot of us were pushed to do things which have the best stability and less risk and the highest income. I'm sure many of us probably have gone through that journey. So my question to everyone is, why? Why get into that space? Why not do something what you love and what makes you happy? I mean, rest will follow. I've had many concerned parents come to me and ask me, so you did photography, but end of the day you also did an MBA. Yes, I did an MBA, but it was only because I wanted to learn, I wanted to study, not because it would fetch me a good job someday, which I think most of the people do MBA for, which is very sad. Tell me one person who is happy doing, or probably one person who's successful doing what they hate or possibly do not enjoy. The problem is that some of us, or most of us, suffer more in our imagination than in reality. As Van Gogh said, normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk on, but not many flowers grow. Well, this is a topic within itself. I wouldn't go further into it. But going back to where I was, ask yourself, where did you learn to assign the meaning of wrong to do many things? Culture, society. Well, the notion of a highly focused life is highly romanticized by the idea of one true calling. That we have to just do this one great thing during our time on this earth and devote all our life to it. My argument is, why only one great thing? Why limit your boundaries of learning? Well, to be very honest, combining the knowledge of various subjects to do something bigger and find what you love, at the same time cultivate quality to grow it. Keep on growing, keep on exploring. Let's give you an example in terms of photography, because that's what I understand the best. You can be a jack of all trades in order to master one, because if I need to know photography, I obviously need to know my camera, my lighting, my editing skills, but along with that, I need to know how to sell myself. If I can't sell myself, how on earth I will use those skills above? So, keeping all that in mind, I think it's very essential that everyone uses multiple traits and cultivate those traits. You need to be a jack of these traits or more to master one, otherwise it's very difficult to survive. When I look back over the years, some things I've learned, and I keep on reminding myself as well. Keep on doing what you love. Consistency is the key. Practice, practice, practice. There is no substitution for hard work. When I say master a couple of subjects, it doesn't mean that you try one subject, leave it, and move to the another one and keep on hopping between fields. I mean to say, you need to spend quality time. That's the only way you will master something, because mastering a subject is not an end goal. It is a process. It takes time, and it probably will take you all your lifetime to master one subject or more. And that's one thing you should definitely try. Be passionate. Do it with all your heart and soul, or don't do it at all. There will be more failures than success. But do not give up and trust yourself first. People will have opinions, people will have ideas, but it's your instinct and it's the trust in what you want to do for yourself that matters the most. And seize every opportunity that comes by. Chances are rare, make the most of it. And over and above, it's not a bad to be good at many things. In fact, it's great. The world is full of infinite possibilities. And in this world of dogmatic specialists, it's a generalist who end up running the world and be the game changer. Examples are many, from Richard Branson to Jeff Bezos, or your very own Baba Ramdev, which is Patanjali, giving Unilever a tough time. As I conclude, all I want to say is, I'm not saying I've reached the pinnacle of success. I'm learning every day, growing every day, trying every day to be better at what I do, and to jack a few trades and master a few. And if I could do it, so can you. And I want to probably try to encourage the curious child in you, no matter what is your age, 10 or 60. It's never too late to start learning something new. Pursue it for greater creativity, for greater streams of knowledge. It will draw to impossible and infinite possibilities. And as Leon Alberti said, a man can do all the things if he will. Thank you.